Welcome in. Thanks for joining us for the WHHI Daily News, where we strive to bring you more Lowcountry news more often. I'm Bob Stevens. Here's a story we probably wonder why doesn't happen more often. The Lunch Lady food truck burned Friday morning while parked in the River's End subdivision in Okatee. Neighbors reported an explosion before the fire. Bluffton firefighters were able to save the attached pickup truck. The Lunch Lady began as a restaurant back in 2007, added catering services before closing the brick and mortar store last year and focusing on the food truck. Owner Mindy Maillard says her husband was burned in the incident. Officials say the injuries are not life-threatening. This story gotten very little attention so far, which is not like the usually out front Beaufort County schools. And we have not been able to confirm this yet, but WSAV is reporting that Superintendent Frank Rodriguez has been named the state's Superintendent of the Year by his peers in the South Carolina Association of School Administrators, lauding his leadership, communication skills, and student initiatives. We did report Rodriguez was one of the two finalists for the award a couple of weeks ago. Rodriguez, in his 5th year leading the Beaufort County schools, said he wanted to share all of his success with everybody on his team. Speaking of underreported, you may have seen some coverage going into the weekend of the 19 recipients of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor that can be given in the United States. But besides the late civil rights leader Medgar Evers and presidential candidates and environmental activists Al Gore and John Kerry and philanthropist Michael Bloomberg and former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, Oscar-winning actress Michelle Yeoh, and Olympic swimmer Katie Ledecky, South Carolina Congressman Jim Clyburn was among those 19 recipients, honored for his decades of service to the country with a steady hand and an honest heart, in the words of President Biden. If you did not file a tax return in 2020, way back then, maybe because of the COVID pandemic, you got a couple of weeks to file it, maybe claim some of the $12.5 million in unclaimed refunds from that year. There's no penalty for claiming a refund on a late filed return. You can actually get a free wage and income transfer or transcript at irs.gov. Whatever's left of the $12.5 million after May 17th will go back to the U.S. Treasury. And temperatures this week are going to remind us of summertime a little early. Both the Farmer's Almanac and the National Weather Service forecasting a hotter and wetter summer than normal for South Carolina. The words higher humidity are all over the Farmer's Almanac predictions for our summer, especially in early June, late July, and early August. The National Weather Service is predicting 40 to 50% of us will endure above normal temperatures, with coastal areas having a 33 to 40% chance of above normal rainfall. For more details on these stories and other Lowcountry news, we invite you to visit the sources listed on your screen. So with that in mind as a long-range forecast, how about a little more short-term? Maria Soden?
Thanks, Bob. Yep, so taking a look ahead, it does look like we're going to continue to see these temperatures rising as we get through this week, but then we are going to see a drop in temperatures by the end of the week. Also this week, we're seeing quite a bit of rain. So taking a look at Tuesday, we're going to see scattered thunderstorms throughout the morning and then scattered showers throughout the afternoon, but should be clearing up by the evening. Hilton is going to have a high 84, low of 71. Bluffton's going to have a high 87, a low of 69. And Beaufort's going to have a high 86 and a low of 70. The sunrise for Tuesday is going to be at 6:31 and sunset's going to be at 8:07. Taking a look at the tides, high tide's going to be at 8:30 a.m. and low tide's going to be at 3:29 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the week, Wednesday it's going to be sunny with highs in the 80s and 90s, lows in the 70s. Then come Thursday, it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy in the morning, but then we are going to be seeing thunderstorms throughout the afternoon and possibly into the evening. Highs are going to be in the 90s, lows in the 70s. And then come Friday, it's going to be scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day and possibly into the evening. Highs are going to be in the 70s and 80s, lows are going to be in the 60s. That's it for today. Let's head it back to the desk.
Thanks, Maria. We are going to talk sports a little later on with Justin Jarrett. We're also going to talk with Charlie Clark of the Chamber of Commerce. And we will update you next, though, on the Hilton Head Boys and Girls Club. They have some amazing summer projects planned. We'll find out about them when we come back.